What's up, it's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be my February TBR. So I'm gonna make this quick because Joey should be home very soon and chaos will ensue. Just gonna go right on into it. If you didn't know, I am gonna try again with this keeping my TBR to 10 thing. Also, if you didn't know, spoiler for my wrap up I guess, I did complete my January TBR in its entirety, so yay me. That was the first time ever that I completed an entire TBR. Isn't that wild? So I found that it's a lot less stressful for me to keep it at 10 and then it doesn't matter if I stray away from my TBR because I read a lot more than 10 books in January, but just so I get that 10 and feel satisfied, everyone is happy, okay? We're gonna try that again. And as always, I start with my book club pick for the month. For January, it was Jackal, but I have not read it yet. I'm gonna start it on February 1st because the live, oh, there's hair as usual. The live show is on February 5th, Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. Hopefully this is up before then, but my guest host is Bree from Locked Booktition and I'm super excited to discuss this with her. She has discussed this many times now because she had to read it for Gabby's book club and then she interviewed the author and now for my book club. So it should be fun to hear her thoughts. I don't know what she rated it. I think I know that she did love it, but I don't know any of her thoughts about it or anything. So I'm excited to see what she thinks, but this is a thriller. And if you want me to go more in depth about it, I always have my next 3 book club picks linked down below, but this would be the previous one. So I'll have that one linked down below as well because I do talk about this. The publisher actually sent this to me, so thank you so much. They sent it to me before it even came out, so that was a fun moment. I'm excited to finally get into this because I've had it on my shelves for a while. Speaking of book clubs, and speaking of Gabby's book club, I am actually going to be the guest host for the book troupe this month, and I think we decided the live show is either going to be February 25th or 26th. She hasn't announced it yet. We're not quite sure, depending on when Jessie is available as well, because they are also the guest host for Nana by Brandon Massey, and Joey is about to enter the door in 3, 2, 1. Hello! I'm filming! And pause while we settle Joseph down. Alright, interruption we're back. Is what I'm trying to say. Nana by Brandon Massey. I have no idea what it's about. All I know is Bree loves it. I've heard good things about this. I will link Gabby's book club announcement video down below for her next 3 book club picks because she would probably do a much better job than me explaining what this is about. And I want to go into it kind of blindly too, so that's that. Next 2 books are part of my TBR for a readathon I'm co-hosting called the Romantasy Readathon. I'll have that announcement video linked down below as well. Be a week-long readathon from February 12th to the 18th. My girl Tori from Tori Between Pages asked me to co-host along with a lot of other lovely hosts. I will be reading these 2 for sure, and then if I have time, I'll try to read more, obviously. We have King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the first in the Adrienne and Isolde. Is it a duology or is it gonna be more? I don't even know, but the second one is out, and Queen of Myth and Monsters, the cover for that book is freaking gorgeous, and I've picked it up and almost bought it so many freaking times, but I have restrained and told myself that you gotta read this book first. So excited to finally get to this because this is also on my 23 books in 2023 list, and this is basically a fantasy romance involving vampires. That's all I know. It's all I needed to know. I've put it off because it looks exactly like From Blood and Ash. I said that in that 23 books in 2023 video as well. So I'm like, okay, I don't need it. But then I heard it's about vampires and I was like, I definitely need it. So here we are. Another vampire book because I am one of the hosts for the Monster Lovers team, which is basically centering around monster romances, and vampires are monsters. So I'm also going to be reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night. One of my patrons, Destiny, gifted me this, so thank you so much. This is another one that I heard the writing is phenomenal. It's by Carissa Broadbent, who's the author of Daughter of No Worlds, which I also have to read. It's a face out on my shelves. I'm so excited. But I'm choosing this because it involves vampires and I'll read that one eventually. Again, don't know much about this one. I like to go into my books blind. Human or vampire, the rules of survival are the same. Never trust, never yield, and always, always guard your heart. And I'm just like, that tagline, come on. And look at these chapter headings. They have a moon on it. I'm so excited for this and I really like the font. And that's, wait, shut up. Shut up. The freaking chapter headings. Oh, it's a different moon phase for each chapter. Wow, I'm obsessed. Okay, the next book is my nonfiction pick for February because I'm trying to read one nonfiction a month because I successfully did it last year, and I actually already read 3 nonfictions in January, so like hair flip. But I'm gonna be reading Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This is a memoir that I've only heard good things about, and everyone says the audiobook's phenomenal, and it's been available at my library, so let's hope it's available whenever I get around to reading this. This is also one of my 12 Recs by 12 Friends challenge list. I don't know if I said that correctly, but whatever. But this is about Chanel Miller's experience with sexual assault, and that's all I know about it, but I heard the writing is so good, and she narrates the audiobook. I heard her voice is great too. I love memoirs, despite the heavy topics and everything. But yeah, do look up trigger warnings before going into this one. I guess I'll talk about my Patreon buddy read this month, because I do have a Patreon. If you didn't know, we're vampire themed. We're called The Lair. We talk about a lot of things on our little Discord. It's so much fun. We talk about more than books. We talk about like fitness, caffeine, Taylor Swift, all the things, life in general. We have buddy reads and 24-hour readathons, and we have little vamp gatherings too with my top 2 tiers sometimes just my Carmilla's. It depends on the month. Our buddy read is lessons in chemistry. Everything's really spontaneous over there on The Lair. Like if we feel like buddy reading something, I'll add it to the Discord, but I also try to do like a poll every month if I feel like it. But yeah, lessons in chemistry is what won the poll this month. This is by Bonnie Garmis. This is what won the Barnes & Noble Book of the Year for 2022. And I honestly wasn't really interested in it until Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages and Gabby from Gabby Reads raved about this book. So thank you to them for putting this on my radar, because I heard it's a lot more than just like a historical romance and like sciencey things. It's the chemistry part that deterred me from wanting to read this book. But then Gabby and Noelle read some lines from this book about like feminism and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this one's about and see what the hype's all about. I have the book of the month edition. I don't have the blue sprayed edges, sadly, but it's fine. I don't really like them anyway. I'm hoping I love this one. I have a feeling I will. Another buddy read is The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovolino, and I'm gonna be buddy reading this with Kat from Bambina Katerina. Like, what is my life? How did I get here? I don't know. Freaking love her. Been watching her for years now. She actually gifted me this book for Christmas. Freaking sweetheart. And this I actually never heard of until like the end of last year, and it's like kind of like a dark academia. It's like bookish, and then it has to do with the devil, and that's all I needed to know. And it's a floppy paperback, so I was like, I am freaking sold. It says, there's a book in a crypt, a book forgotten by time and religion and history itself, a book they never should have opened. And it's been a while since I read like a book about books, so really excited to read this and buddy read it with Kat. It's gonna be so much fun. I have this book because I just watched Sid from Sid Bookworm, one of her most recent vlogs. I've been putting this off because it has a really summer-esque cover, and I don't like reading summer books in any time of the year besides summer, but Sid sobbed at this book. It's a romance. It's You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweke Emezi. I have owned this for a while. Sharni from Sharni and Books gifted this to me for my birthday. Thank you so much. This is Akweke Emezi's first romance book, and the only other Emezi that I've read was Dear Sentaran. I actually read that twice, and it's their memoir, which I love, and I love their writing. And I don't know why I put this off for so long, but I know it's gonna be heart-wrenching. I love sad books, so here I am. I'm gonna try to read it in February. I will read it in February. It's really freaking short. I just want to sob as hard as Sid did. And then the next one, I was gonna read it in January because it fit the buzzword, but alas, I did not. But it's so freaking cozy. Like, look at this cover. I actually posted about it on Instagram, and then the author thought I was reading it at that moment, and he commented, and I felt bad because I wasn't. So I was like, I have to put in my February TBR now, just due to sheer guilt, you know? But It's a Quiet Life. I don't know how to say his last name. I hate butchering authors' names. I feel so bad. But this is a literary fiction about 4 people who have unique stories, unique backgrounds, and then they all come together at the end. And if you know me, I love stories like that. It reminds me of the movie New Year's Eve, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I feel like this will make me cry as well. And I hear no one talking about this, so I want to be the first. And this is also on my 23 books in 2023 challenge. This one's also on my 23 books challenge, and it is A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. I was gonna save this for March, but I got nervous because it comes out in March and I want to make sure I read it before it comes out because I'm really bad about that, because this is an ARC. Publisher sent it to me, so thank you so much, Tor. But this is like a creepy house type of book, and it involves vultures showing up out of nowhere. And there are such few, I don't think I've ever read a book with vultures in it, and vultures are so fucking creepy. So I'm like, this is gonna do it for me. This is going to do it. And I've read so many like reviews from other authors on Twitter while I'm scrolling at work for my job. I'm not just scrolling just to scroll, I promise. I've heard really good things, good reviews, and I heard it's really creepy, so I'm excited because I read T. Kingfisher for the first time last year. I read What Moves the Dead, which was a runner-up for my top 10 of 2022. And I also read Nettle and Bone, which wasn't as good, but like I still like their writing. But yeah, it's about this girl who like enters her home one day and like all her decor and everything is gone, and it's just like white, sterile, like empty. And then vultures keep showing up in her driveway, I think. I don't know, again, going into it blind. It takes place in a small town and I'm super excited. Yeah, it comes out March, I think 14th. I want to say 14th. Could be wrong. It just says March 2023. I don't know where the 14 came from. It's supposed to have all the gothic vibes, and that's like my favorite genre, gothic fiction, because I'm always drawn to it. And I think that's been my favorite genre for a while. I just didn't realize it until like last month. So yeah, that's that. That was all 10, but I do want to mention one of my goals this year is to read at least one book on my Kindle per month. I don't have any on my official TBR, but on my unofficial TBR, I have The Vessel by Adam Neville, because that's going to be the book Joey and I read for our unmuted and unhinged sprints for my Patreon. It's where we go live and just stay unmuted, have ambiance on, and then we live react to the extreme horror novellas we read in one sitting. Wow, I got that spiel down to a T. Did you hear that? Wow, amazing. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be reading The Vessel. Don't know much about it. I just know it's about creepy old people and it's like folk horror type of thing, and it's under 200 pages, so that'll be quick, fun, fresh, exciting. And then I also wanted to mention, just for accountability purposes, babble. Okay, we're gonna try to make a dent in this book, in this tome. I don't want to promise that I'm gonna finish it in February, but we're gonna try our darndest. I was telling my Patreon that I'm gonna go to coffee shops very often throughout February just so I could read this book, because I can't read it in any other setting. I just can't. I have to be in like full dark academia mode, you know, outfit, glasses, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so that's the project for all of February, but ideally I would love to do a dedicated reading vlog for this book because I know it's amazing. I got 70 pages in at the end of last year and I already tabbed the shit out of it, so like, but time. No time for all that. That is all. I'm obviously gonna be reading more than just these 10 books, but that's like my unofficial TBR that I just keep for my personal notes in my phone. If you made it to the end of this video, is there a vulture emoji? No. Damn, a lot of these books have birds on the cover. Put a bird emoji in the cover down in the cover. In the comments down below, if you made it to the end of this video. Any bird, I don't care. We don't discriminate around here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all had a great day. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay spooky always. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye!